Hello everyone, welcome to IELTS Speed Up course offered by Thompson School. In today's lesson, we continue focusing on IELTS Writing Task 2 guys, and today we'll discuss discussion essays, or in other words, discuss both views and give your opinion questions. So these particular questions require a little bit different approach to opinion essays because you have to discuss both sides rather than just argue in favor of one side. So you should point out ideas regarding both points that are given in your question and of course state your personal opinion. This lesson will look at identifying the question, example questions, of course structure, then sample answer, and we will discuss task achievement, coherence and cohesion, and of course lexical resources. So you should understand that many students fail to do well in these kinds of questions because they don't do what the question asks them to do, and they do not use an appropriate structure. This lesson will help you overcome these problems and give you a sample answer. We will also look at lexical resource and coherence and cohesion, two of the marking criteria IELTS examiners use when marking your essays. Understand the marking scheme will help you to get inside the head of an IELTS examiner and give them exactly what they want. So this lesson is going to be very helpful, but for this you should focus guys and understand every single detail that we are covering today. Now guys, let's look at identifying the question. First of all, you should look at these three questions below and choose one you think is a discussion question. First, computers are being used more and more in education, and so there will soon be no role for the teacher in education. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Second one, computers are being used more and more in education. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages and give your own opinion. And the third one, computers are being used more and more in education. Some people say that this is a positive trend, while others argue that it is leading to negative consequences. Discuss both sides of this argument and then give your own opinion. First, let's discuss each question guys. The first question is an opinion question and we can tell this from the instructions. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So here you have to discuss one side guys and expand on this idea. The second question is obviously an advantages and disadvantages question, and the third question is a discussion question. We can tell this from the typical instructions in the question, discuss both sides of the argument and then give your opinion. You may also be asked to discuss both views and give your opinion, or discuss both sides of the argument and give your opinion. Each of these questions is asking us to do different things, and we therefore need a different structure for each question. And we will focus on each structure today guys, and I hope you will start doing well in these question types. Before we move to the structure that we are going to use for our discussion essays guys, I'm going to go through example questions. Okay, here are a few other typical discussion questions. Let's consider them. A growing number of people feel that animals should not be exploited by people and that they should have the same rights as humans, while others argue that humans must employ animals to satisfy their various needs, including uses for food and research. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Second, blood sports have become a hot topic for debate in recent years. As society develops, it's increasingly seen as an uncivilized activity and cruel to the helpless animals that are killed. All blood sports should be banned. Discuss the main arguments for this statement and give your own opinion. And finally, some people think that the best way to reduce crime is to give longer prison sentences. Others, however, believe there are better alternative ways of reducing crime. Discuss both views and give your opinion. As you can see, they typically state two opinions and then ask you to discuss both and give your opinion. Make sure you do these things in the essay. If you only discuss both views and fail to give your opinion, you will lose marks. When it comes to general structure that you are going to use in your discussion essays, guys, I strongly recommend you to use the following 4-paragraph structure. First paragraph is going to be an introduction, guys, and in your first sentence you should simply paraphrase the question. So you should rephrase it, use different words, synonyms, and keep the main idea. Remember, examiners will take into account how good you are at paraphrasing. Second, state both points of view, then a thesis statement, and of course your third sentence is going to be your outline sentence. So we will come to each sentence individually, guys, and main body paragraph number 1, you should state first viewpoint, then discuss it, and then you should also give a reason why you agree or disagree with the viewpoint, and then you should exemplify. But keep in mind, your example should support your view. And when it comes to main body paragraph number 2, you should state second viewpoint, discuss second viewpoint, and then again give a reason why you agree or disagree with this viewpoint, and of course you should exemplify it. And when it comes to conclusion, the last paragraph of your essay, you should sum up all the ideas and finally state which one is better or more important. Okay guys, now we will practice, and here is a sample answer, but the trick with that essay is that I've mixed up all the sentences, and your task is going to be to identify each sentence and of course match the sentences below to the structure mentioned before. So this exercise will help you a lot to understand the structure, and of course you will have clear image how to construct sentence at certain point of your essay. So overall we have 12 sentences, and the first one is, in conclusion, while the benefits of technology, particularly the internet, allow students to tap into limitless sources of information, some still feel that people should be wary of this new phenomenon and not allow it to curb face-to-face interaction. Okay, second one, there is an ever-increasing use of technology such as tablets and laptops in the classroom. It is clear that the internet has provided students with access to more information than ever before. Moreover, learners have the ability to search and learn about any subject at the touch of a button. It is therefore agreed that technology is a very worthwhile tool for education. However, many disagree and feel that technology deprives people of real human interaction. Human interaction teaches people valuable skills such as discourse, debate, and empathy. Despite this, human interaction is still possible through the internet, and this essay disagrees. Technology should be dismissed for this reason. This essay agrees that an increase in technology is beneficial to students and teachers. This essay will discuss both points of view. For instance, Skype and Facebook make it possible for people to interact in ways that were never before possible. Wikipedia is a prime example where students can simply type in any keyword and gain access to in-depth knowledge quickly and easily. However, as long as we are careful to keep in mind the importance of human interaction in education, the educational benefits are clearly positive. It is often argued that this is a positive development, whilst others disagree and think it will lead to adverse ramifications. So here we have 12 sentences, and I do want you to pause the video here and analyze each sentence carefully and try to construct an essay on your own. Now guys, you can compare your answers with sample answer, and here is the topic. Computers are being used more and more in education. Some people say that this is a positive trend, while others argue that it is leading to negative consequences. Discuss both sides of this argument and then give your own opinion. Okay, there is an ever-increasing use of technology, such as tablets and laptops in the classroom. This is actually the paraphrased version of the question. Now, it is often argued that this is a positive development, whilst others disagree and think it will lead to adverse ramifications. So the second sentence is stating both views, guys, and this essay agrees that an increase in technology is beneficial to students and teachers. This is a thesis statement. This essay will discuss both points of views. This is an outline, guys. Now, it is clear that the internet has provided students with access to more information than ever before. This is the first point, the first viewpoint, guys, and now we should explain why we agree, why we disagree with a proper reason. Moreover, learners have the ability to research and learn about any subject at the touch of a button. So, it is therefore agreed that technology is a very worthwhile tool for education. Now you are giving a reason. Wikipedia is a prime example where students can simply type in any keyword and gain access to in-depth knowledge quickly and easily. This is an example, guys. However, many disagree and feel that technology deprives people of real human interaction. This is the viewpoint B, guys, and this is the opposite side. Human interaction teaches people valuable skills such as discourse, debate, and empathy. Despite this, human interaction is still possible through the internet, and this essay disagrees technology should be dismissed for this reason. So now we are explaining whether we are actually on this side or not, and clearly stating that this essay disagrees, and of course explaining the reason why. For instance, Skype and Facebook make it possible for people to interact in ways that were never before possible. Okay? In conclusion, while the benefits of technology, particularly the internet, allow students to tap into limitless sources of information, some still feel that people should be wary of this new phenomenon and not allow it to curb face-to-face interaction. However, as long as we are careful to keep in mind the importance of human interaction in education, the educational benefits are clearly positive. This is conclusion, guys, and we have a summary and of course your personal viewpoint. Now guys, I'd like you to focus on 2 of the 4 areas you will be assessed on the IELTS writing test. This is task achievement and coherence and cohesion. So we will discuss these 2 areas based on the essay we have considered before. So, first, task achievement. As you remember, task achievement refers to your ability to address all parts of the question and present a fully developed answer. So, by following the structure I've mentioned before, we have fully discussed both sides of the argument and gave our opinion. This is exactly what the question asked us to do. No more, no less. You should understand that by adding certain parts or ideas to your essay and changing the structure, you will not receive higher score, but you will put your overall score under a risk. So in order to avoid this, I do recommend you always do what you are asked to do, nothing more, and of course you should never skip certain parts. So coherence and cohesion. In this area, your essay will be checked on whether it's well connected or not, on the level of sentence and words at the same time. So they will look at how your words are linked in your sentences and how sentences are connected between each other and how smoothly you're moving from one idea to another. So, first of all, discourse markers. These are words like however, despite this, and in conclusion. They are also referred to as linking words and linking phrases or sentence connectors. They are quite formal and are used more in academic writing than in formal speech. You gain marks for using these under the coherence and cohesion section of the marking scheme. These words stick the other words together and lend continuity to sentences and paragraphs. If you don't include discourse markers in your IELTS writing, your answer will appear illogical and it's more difficult to understand. And of course, this doesn't mean that you should try to insert as many of these words into your writing as possible. This is a common mistake in IELTS writing. Using too many of them or using them inappropriately can make your writing sound too heavy and unnatural. They are important, but must only be used at the appropriate time. So remember, your report and essays are always must be natural. So try to construct them in a way that native speakers would do. Let's consider this sample answer with discourse markers, guys. Okay, in this sample answer, the discourse markers are highlighted in bold. Okay, there is an ever-increasing use of technology such as tablets and laptops in the classroom. So, such as we are showing, so in other words, these discourse markers are linkers, connectors, and at the same time they can be used as signal words. So by using such as, you are warning the examiner that now you're going to mention some samples or examples. It is often argued that this is a positive development, whilst others disagree and think it will lead to adverse ramifications. So it is often argued that this actually phrase is used to connect first and second sentence, and here whilst others disagree means now you are going to state the opposing view. Okay, this essay agrees that an increase in technology is beneficial to students and teachers. Again, this phrase at the beginning of the sentence helps you to stick this sentence into the general idea. Okay, this essay will discuss both points of view. It is clear that The internet has provided students with access to more information than ever before. So again, it is clear that helps you to stick your sentence. Moreover, it means now you are going to add some ideas, you are going to expand on your main idea. Learners have the ability to research and learn about any subject at the touch of a button. It is therefore agreed that technology is a very worthwhile tool for education. Wikipedia is a prime example, where students can simply type in any keyword and gain access to in-depth knowledge quickly and easily. Okay, a prime example, it means you're explaining and you're going to exemplify. Okay, however, now this is a signal word to show that you are going to talk about the opposite side. Many disagree and feel that technology deprives people of real human interaction. Human interaction teaches people valuable skills such as discourse, debate, and empathy. So here we have such as, guys. Okay. Despite this, human interaction is still possible through the internet, and this essay disagrees technology should be dismissed for this reason. So despite this, you are going to show that you are going to state the controversial opinion despite these facts. For instance, exemplifying Skype and Facebook make it possible for people to interact in ways that were never before possible. In conclusion, while the benefits of technology, particularly the internet, allow students to tap into limitless sources of information, some still feel that people should be wary of this new phenomenon and not allow it to curb face-to-face interaction. So with this phrase here at the beginning, you're stating that this is actually your conclusion, and of course connecting this part to the overall essay. However, as long as we are careful to keep in mind the importance of human interaction in education, the educational benefits are clearly positive. Now, by using however, you're stating, you're actually telling the reader that you're going to talk about the opposite side again, guys. As you can see, these discourse markers are very helpful, and if you learn how to use them properly, you will definitely get a high score. Now guys, let's talk about lexical resource. This is also one of the 4 criteria you will be marked on, and it refers to your ability to use a wide range of accurate vocabulary. A common mistake is to repeat the same words over and over again. You will lose marks if you do this. A solution to this problem is to use synonyms, of course. You can either think of synonyms as you are writing or leave time at the end to add them in. So that's the reason why you should try to write your essays in a pencil, and of course you should have an eraser. So let's consider this practice here. Okay, here we have to identify some synonyms. Okay, here, computers can be actually paraphrased as technology or the internet. Instead of education, you can say in the classroom, students and teachers, for example. Instead of positive trend, you can say positive development, or negative consequences can be paraphrased as adverse ramifications. By varying your vocabulary in this way, you are demonstrating that you have a wide vocabulary, and this will boost your band score. However, like discourse markers, be careful not to use inappropriate or inaccurate words. Only use words you are confident about. Mistakes will lead to fewer marks. So you should understand each evaluation criteria and try to make your essays stronger, and of course try to avoid mistakes that are obvious and the mistakes that are actually made by many IELTS candidates are easy to avoid if you are aware of them. So I do recommend you to practice more and submit your homeworks on time. This is the end of our lesson, guys. See you next time.